Hey folks, Leo here, your go-to crypto insider diving deep into the world of XRP. If you're watching this, you're probably already feeling that electric buzz in the air, the kind that screams opportunity. But let me hit you with something that'll stop you in your tracks right now. What if I told you that with XRP surging like it is today, hitting $2.50 and climbing, the amount you need to hold to join the elite 1% of XRP holders worldwide is way lower than you think? We're talking a number so shockingly accessible, it could change your entire game plan. But hold on, don't skip ahead. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what that number is. Backed by real data, fresh insights from today's hottest X posts, and expert analysis that'll have you rethinking your stack. Stick around, because this could be the insider edge that puts you ahead of the pack. Let's jump in. First off, let's set the stage for why XRP is exploding right now. As of October 21st, 2025, XRP is trading at $2.50, up from recent dips, and the momentum is unreal. We're seeing volumes spike, with over 101 million XRP traded in the last 24 hours alone. This isn't just hype, it's driven by massive institutional moves. Take Ripple's $1 billion acquisition of G Treasury, which is flipping the script on sentiment. Traders are calling it the game changer that positions XRP as the banker's crypto of choice. And with ETF approvals looming, odds at 87 to 99% for Grayscale and Bitwise this week, the FOMO is real. If those green lights hit, we could see XRP testing $5 or more in no time. But what does this mean for you? How does this surge translate to your wallet and your shot at the top tier? Now, before we dive deeper, a quick note. This is not financial advice. I'm sharing analysis and community insights, but always do your own research and consult professionals. Crypto is volatile, and past performance isn't indicative of future results. All right, with that out of the way, let's break down the XRP landscape step by step. To understand how much XRP you need to be in the 1%, we first need to grasp the holder distribution. XRP isn't like other cryptos. It's built for speed, efficiency, and real-world utility in cross-border payments. With a total supply capped at 100 billion tokens and about 56 billion in circulation, the distribution tells a fascinating story. Right now, there are over 7 million active XRP wallets worldwide. That's a massive community, but it's concentrated at the top. The rich list shows that whales and institutions hold the lion's share, but the entry points for retail holders like you and me are surprisingly low. Think about it. In a world where Bitcoin holders need millions to crack the top tiers, XRP's setup makes elite status more attainable. Let's pull in some fresh takes from X today to illustrate this surge. Just this morning, @Belaunch_ posted about XRP exploding to $2.44, up 4% in 24 hours, rebounding from $2.31 with volume surging. They highlighted how Ripple's acquisition is fueling bullish sentiment, and with ETF optimism heating up, they're eyeing $5 next, potentially $3.81 by year-end, or even $10 if banks pile in. That's not pie in the sky. It's based on real metrics like RSI at 76, signaling overbought, but in bull control. But they warn, one bad headline could pull it back to $2.30 or lower. What do you think? Drop a comment below. Is $5 realistic by December? Building on that, @ChartNerdTA dropped a bombshell chart analysis today saying XRP is set to melt faces. They've got a symmetrical triangle breakout, a 3-month EMA retest, and Fibonacci targets at $8, then $13, up to $27. That's huge. Imagine if XRP hits those levels. Your holdings could multiply exponentially. They back it with technicals like Gaussian channel regressions and stop entry formations. If you're doubting, check their post. It's got over 300 likes and counting. This kind of expert take is why the community is buzzing. It's not just hope, it's data-driven. But wait, there's more from the trenches. @Steph_ is crypto shared breaking news. A growing liquidity cluster around $3.6 for XRP, hinting the next move up could be violent. With 182 likes and tons of reposts, This is viraling fast. Liquidity clusters mean big players are positioning, and when they move, retail follows. Combine that with that Farazbeig 24's observation that XRP surged past $2.50 after retail panic below $1.90. Classic contrarian buy. Sentiment flipped from FUD to bullish overnight. These real-time insights show the surge isn't slowing, it's accelerating. Now let's zoom out and analyze what this means for holder tiers. Based on the latest rich list data from sources like XRPS, CAN, and community updates, the distribution is skewed but opportunity rich. For instance, the top 10,000 holders control a massive chunk, but breaking into the upper percentiles is doable. Recent posts confirm, at Stedas noted, you only need 2,380 XRP to be in the top 10% worldwide. That's right. Under $6,000 at current prices puts you ahead of 90% of holders. And for the top 1%, it's around 50,000 to 69,550 XRP, depending on the snapshot. At the Crypto Squires update, it's 50,650 XRP for the 1% club, with over 2,000 likes proving how this resonates. Why is this shocking? Because in traditional finance, joining the 1% means millions in assets. Here, with XRP's utility and growth potential, $125,000 to $175,000 invested now could lock you in. But as prices rise, that bar moves, holders sell off, distributions shift, and suddenly fewer tokens get you there. Imagine if XRP hits $5, your stack's value doubles, and you climb ranks without buying more. That's the beauty of it. Let's address a common myth head-on. XRP is too centralized, Ripple owns too much. Sure, Ripple holds about 42% in escrow, released gradually for ecosystem growth. But that's a strength, not a weakness. It funds partnerships, like the G Treasury deal, boosting adoption. Critics say it suppresses price, but look at today's action. Bears are fading, as at B Crusaders posted, with a potential breakout to $2.80. Sellers are losing power, and bulls are taking control. Another pain point, volatility. If you're doubting this surge like most were last week, remember the dip to $1.90 was capitulation. Now with supports at $2.22 and resistances at $2.48, we're in a tense standoff, per at Finora_EN's AI analysis. But momentum indicators hint bullish undercurrents. What if the government shutdown ends, SEC resumes, and ETFs approve? At XRPartha predicts $7 to $10 by quarter to 2026, with events like Evernorth's IPO and RLUSD integration. That's not speculation, it's a roadmap. Teasing ahead, we're building to that magic number, but first, let's explore scenarios. Suppose XRP follows at Man of Bitcoin's wave analysis, staying below recent highs, could dip to $2.10 short term. But if we break out, as at one, MAX_GLOBAL notes, above $2.40 sparks the rally. Position smartly, folks. Diving deeper into predictions. Web sources like Changeli see XRP at $2.41 average in 2025, but with growth to $3.08 by 2030. More bullish? Coin Central projects $5 to $6 by 2026 if regs favor. Investing Haven outlines 3 scenarios for $5 in 2025. Legal clarity, post-SEC, institutional inflows, and alt season. Crypto Potato even suggests double digits this year, with a 130x historical parallel pointing to $27. Integrating more X buzz. At altcoin, daily_00 talks $2.80 to $3 short term, with $1 billion accumulation, scaling to $5 to $7. Naim Sajjad sees $5 plus on ETF calls. At Kludzak, one eyes $3 amid fading bears. These aren't isolated. The community's aligned on upside. Now countering doubts, XRP won't moon because of supply. Wrong. With burns and locks, effective supply shrinks. Pain point. I'm late. No. With 7 million holders, growth room is huge. If you're holding 1000 XRP, you're already top 20 to 30%. Scale up strategically. Building excitement. What if alt season kicks in post QT? Fresh liquidity floods in per experts. Your small stack becomes massive. Climactic reveal. All right, you've stuck with me. Here's the number you've been waiting for. To be part of the XRP 1%, you need just 50,637 XRP per the latest rich list. That's it. At $2.50, about $126,500. But with predictions to $10 plus, that could be worth over $1 million soon. Shocking, right? You never guessed it'd be that low. Wrapping up, we've covered the surge, tweets, myths, and that game-changing number. XRP's potential is unmatched. Utility, community, institutions. If this fired you up, you're part of an exclusive club with insider info others miss. If this blew your mind, smash that like button, drop a comment with your XRP price target, $5, $10, or $27, subscribe for more alpha, and share with the community. Let's get XRP to the moon together. Leo out.